Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome to Cooking with Chef Frank. My name is Frank Kramer. I'm your host, and I'm the founder of Eat Like a Vegan Chef. Welcome to today's episode. We are going to cook a vanilla French toast with warm blueberries. And today's dish is also, or may also be, your treat for the weekend for the rewards day. So, for everyone who is doing the challenge right now, this could be your treat for the weekend because I know you have been doing quite well during the challenge. I know you have been putting a lot of effort into it, and um, of course, there should also be a reward for that. Great. Okay, so welcome everyone in today's live stream. For anyone who just joined, I'm going to cook a vanilla French toast with warm blueberries. And for everyone who is joining us, if you don't mind, um, just saying hello, so I know you're there. As soon as I see a comment, I know you're there, and it's always nicer to talk to an audience. Thank you. Um, Thank you for joining me today. Okay, wonderful. So before I start, let me ask you, who is participating in the challenge? Say, give me a yes. So it always takes a little bit of time. I am. Eddie is doing the challenge. Yes, I know. Um, I'm not able to see some of the Facebook users from the challenge group because Facebook wouldn't let me see the names. Okay, great. Everyone is saying yes. I see Greg. Greg is in the house. Excellent. Welcome. Linda, Brenda, Connie, and Sanjana, Barbara, Connie, Melanie. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to start in just a second. Yes, excellent. Cassandra. Good. I'm going to start with my French toast. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And yeah, let's get started. I'm going to change my camera so you can watch me. Okay, very good. Just a moment. Um, Someone just knocked on my door. I'll be right there. Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that we're done with the host for today. But I need a car. So if I don't know if you wanted to just shut it off and throw it in the garage.
Okay.
Okay?
I will. Thank you so much. Have a good day. So sorry to let you here alone. I just had someone ringing the doorbell. This is what's happening when you do live streams. Okay, good. So first, we're going to do our dry ingredients. This French toast is actually made with chickpea flour, and the chickpea flour is there to thicken the mixture. So we're going to mix all the dry ingredients. Um, can you all hear me okay? If you just could give me a quick yes if you can hear me properly. Okay, I just switched my microphone to my kitchen mic. Let me know if you don't hear me properly. Okay, so dry ingredients first. I'm going to mix the garbanzo bean flour or chickpea flour with a tablespoon of flax meal, and this is a quarter cup of garbanzo bean flour. I'm going to mix about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'll mix it all together. So keep in mind, a lot of people add sugar, salt. I don't do this. I just leave it without, because usually the bread has a lot of salt. If you want to add sugar, be welcome to do that. I don't add any salt or sugar to the mixture. So now the wet ingredients, we're going to mix our vanilla milk, and it can be any vanilla or any plant-based milk you prefer. And we're going to add some uh, lemon zest and orange zest to the mixture. That's gives it a nice smell. You can smell the lemon and the orange zest. Okay, so that's basically our butter. If that butter is too thick, and I think it's slightly too thick, we can add a little bit of plant-based milk, almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, whatever your favorite plant-based milk is. And that's it. We're going to let it stand for just a second. Actually, of course, vanilla. Forgot the most important ingredient. Well, it's a little bit more than a teaspoon. I love vanilla, so I always add a little bit extra. We're gonna let it rest. And now, my scan pan, my favorite pan. Okay, so for this French toast, I actually use Ezekiel raisin bread, and I chose this bread. It's still a sprouted bread. It's still a healthy bread. There's not much sugar in there, um, and it fits in our whole food plant-based lifestyle. So you can use Ezekiel bread, regular one, or you can use any other type of bread you prefer. Obviously, French toast is done with a brioche bread. Usually, a brioche bread doesn't fit into our um, meal plan, so to speak. If you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. I find this tastes just as good, and it's not really, you're not cheating, so to speak. You are very well in the requirements of a whole food plant-based lifestyle. You can enjoy it, and you don't even have to be guilty of eating this delicious treat. So now what we're going to do is we want to make sure we heat our pan. And you can use some pans you can use without oil. I believe I can use this pan without oil, but I don't want to try it in front of the camera. So I'm just going to add a little bit of spray oil, olive oil, into the pan, because it's just safer to cook it this way. You can also cook it in the oven. If you turn on the oven 300 to 400 degrees and cook the French toast in a baking tray, that would work just as fine. Okay, we're going to heat up the pan to a medium to a high, but we want to make sure that as soon as we add our French toast into the pan, we're going to turn down the heat to medium, otherwise we're going to burn it. Okay, so we want to dip the French toast in the mixture, but you don't want to leave it too long in there. 3-4 seconds, that's it, no more. Okay, that's fine, everything is covered. And now we're going to put it in here. Next toast. You can certainly cook each toast individually. I'm going to coat them and put them into the pan. In this case, I put 2 in. Okay, I'm going to turn on the pan a little bit. Yeah. So one thing is different between the garbanzo bean flour. Some people use starch in their French toast mixture. I leave it up to you what you want to use. I use chickpea flour because simply you have a lot more fibers in your food. It's healthier. It is not processed in a way that starch is processed. So from that point of view, it's a much healthier option. I want to wait until it gets golden brown, and then we're going to turn it over. Okay, so let me see if I can answer a few questions. Yes, you can use oat flour for that, absolutely. Okay, you want to wait until the mixture is cooked, otherwise it's going to stick on the pan. So it takes about 3-4 minutes. Maybe we'll bring it up a little bit. It is very important that if you use garbanzo flour, chickpea flour, you want to make sure that you cook it thoroughly, because it's not going to taste nice if the mixture is not cooked thoroughly. Okay, turn this over. Now we could, I'm not a fan of oil, but we can add just a little bit. Once we turn it over again, it's not going to stick. Okay. Okay. Also, one thing, you cannot really tell how hot this pan is. You can tell there's nothing bubbling. Be careful. If you turn it up too high, then you may burn it. And you can tell that the pan is very hot. Oh, it's not ready yet. Because there's hardly any oil in there or any liquid, but the pan is quite hot. So we want to make sure that we turn it down to medium. You can tell there's a little steam coming up. And you can tell if you lift it up a little bit, you can tell if it's cooked. Yeah, so we can turn it over. You see now both sides are dry, but we still want to make sure that we cook the mixture through and through. Good. Okay, one more time on the other side, just to make sure it gets a little bit golden color. And this is perfect here. You want to get a little bit of crispiness on the toast. And that's it. So now we can start our second toast. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the best part, and these are the blueberries. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to take this out. Yep, beautiful. See, nice and golden brown. That's how we like to have it. It's a little bit. Take off the heat. If the mixture is becoming too thick, like this one here, simply add a little bit of almond milk to it, or your plant-based milk, and that does the trick. Because the garbanzo flour absorbs a lot of liquid, so don't be afraid to add a little bit liquid to it. Now this one, it's back on the heat. Okay. Okay, so in the meanwhile, we're going to focus on our blueberries. Okay, I turned the heat on high heat for the blueberries. I'm going to check if this is, nope, not yet. I'm going to make sure if it lifts up, you can turn it over. Wait just a minute. You see, you don't want this here that when you have these residue on your spatula, it may stick and you're not able to turn it over. Okay. It should be good by now. Oh, beautiful. You see, the second is always the better one. Always. It's this pancake. You see the color? Now the pan has the right heat, and it always comes out better than the first one. It's always the same. The second batch is always better than the first. This is exactly the color we want in our French toast. Okay, so in the meanwhile, we're going to use the juice from one lemon and one orange and put it in our pan. Careful, it's hot. And for those of you who are sweet, who have a sweet tooth, you can add a tablespoon of maple syrup to it. That's of course optional. We add a little bit of cinnamon to it. And as soon as the mixture is cooking, we're going to add the blueberries. The frozen blueberries we can add to it. And you let it cook for maybe a minute, 2 minutes until the blueberries are defrosted. Okay. Watching our French toast. Excellent. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. So we want to reduce the juice a little bit. The more it reduces, the sweeter it becomes. Yes, you can absolutely you can use fresh blueberries, absolutely. Okay, I will repeat the recipe in just a minute. I see there's quite a few questions out there. I will answer them in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to turn off the heat for my French toast. Good. So you just want to wait until the blueberries, the juice from the blueberries reduces slightly, and that's it. I want the viscosity a little bit thicker, and it's almost there. It's a little bit too liquid. Turn down the heat a little bit. In the meanwhile, I'm going to plate Yep, getting there. You can tell it's already getting thicker. This is what we want. Oh my goodness. It tastes a little bit on the sour side. So if you want to add a little bit more maple syrup, you can do that. But in Germany, we say sour makes happy. So why not? Okay, so now I'm going to plate my dish. I'm going to put this tray here because the oven is hot. Can you see? Over here. I'm going to cut the French toast. Plate it in such a way. Like so. And now I'm serving the blueberries right on top. Okay. Okay. That's basically it. I'm not going to put any powder sugar or anything on it. That's it. That's your treat for the weekend. I hope you will enjoy it. Let me bring it a bit closer to the camera. And I'm going to just switch it up with the other camera so you can see exactly. Okay. So this is your French toast. It's a little bit dark in here. Now you can tell there's no processed ingredients in here except the bread. But again, the Ezekiel raisin bread is still okay. It's still an acceptable ingredient that you can use in your whole food plant-based lifestyle. Okay, so I'm going to answer a few questions here. What are the ingredients? Crystal is asking. She just joined. I used 1/4 cup chickpea flour. I used half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I used 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, 1 teaspoon of orange zest, 1 tablespoon of flax meal, um, half a cup of vanilla almond milk I use, but you can use oat milk, you can use um, soy milk, any kind of plant milk you prefer, you can use. 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 4 slices of Ezekiel bread. For the blueberries, I used a cup of blueberries, 1 lemon, 1 orange juiced, and the optional 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. That's up to you. That's basically the recipe. Very, very simple, very easy to make. So I will post the recipe on my blog. And let me see if I have any other questions, any other questions I didn't answer yet. Yes, for our members, the recipe will be in the library. Absolutely, yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can use cornstarch as a thickener. Tapioca powder, absolutely. I personally don't like cornstarch, but I prefer arrowroot, much better, much better flavor. Tapioca powder you can use, absolutely. Um, I use chickpea simply because it adds an additional component of fiber. That's why. So you can definitely enjoy this treat and don't be guilty of eating something what you shouldn't be eating. Good question, Patty. Any kind of fruit you can use. You actually, if you use strawberries and um, blueberries, that's perfect. Yeah, even better if you add some bananas. Bananas are sweet, Perfect. Absolutely perfect to do like this. You can use any type of um, fruits, oranges, apples, bananas, you name it, you can use it. Even better, if you want to sprinkle a few coconut flakes on top. Ooh, nice. Why is your voice so deep? Ha, that's a good question, Anjan. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I have a deep voice. Um, okay, okay. Remember, when you make the butter with the chickpea flour, don't taste it. It tastes ugly. You shouldn't be eating raw beans anyway. You know, this is chickpea flour. So Anjana, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's me. It's no one else here. So I don't know why you would say the song is not yourself. Okay. You know what? It may be because I um, I have ventured outside at 16 degrees in a t-shirt, and it could be because of that. So um, you're right. It could be this one. Okay, good. So remember, if you taste the butter, don't. It's not going to taste good. Um, you have to literally taste it when the French toast is ready. Taste it then, and if you want to switch something, I know it's too late, but it's not going to taste good. Okay. Um, so let me see. Any other questions? Then I would say um, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, this French toast. If Saturday we have our rewards day. That's your chance to do it. Let me know if you do it. Let me know if you liked it. And anyone on YouTube, if you don't mind clicking on the thumbs up if you enjoyed this live stream, and follow my channel. This helps me grow my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, everyone. I see you throughout the week and finish the week strong, especially you who are in the challenge. And I'll see you latest on uh, Sunday for our batch cooking. Okay. Again, any information, if you have any questions, you can always go to eatlikeveganchef.com. On Facebook, on YouTube, there are all the links in there you need about me or about my website. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can do this over Facebook or YouTube. Anyway, um, have a great day. Thank you, Garcia. Thank you. Um, Good, excellent, wonderful. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe and think plant-based.